bloody way. Right, let's start the engine. So this car's had cold starts switched off, all right, which a lot of people like that, right? And I've talked about this bit in videos before. I personally really don't like that. I want noise, I love noise, and I see the reason for having a noisy car or a big engine car is to have a Larry Savage noisy car, yeah? So firstly, I've got to get that cold start thing switched back on, and secondly, I've been thinking this car could do with being a little bit noisier. Right, so I'm currently on my way to work. I've actually got sort of two main jobs, I suppose. One of them was obviously filming videos for YouTube. Takes up a hell of a lot of my time, filming and editing. And my second job, obviously my main income really, is Binker, my car sales, right? So I've been getting up and going up to Binker every day in my life at the minute, even though we are closed. Every now and then a customer will turn up and try and buy a car, and I do accommodate people sort of where I can, but obviously keeping them as far away from me as possible. But yeah, I'm just keeping myself busy, to be honest with you. I'm just doing whatever I can to keep ticking along and obviously abiding by all the rules. Now, today's video is about my plans for the M6, and do you know what? I think what we'll do, let me just pull over here and I'll start by talking about the outside of the car, because there's a bit to be said about the outside of this car, the way it looks and stuff. So let's pull over, park up and switch to some cinematics. As much as it looks like a beautiful summer's day today, it ain't freezing cold, but it is quite nippy out here. And as you can see, like, the trees are having a great old time. It's a bit windy, yeah, it is a little bit windy, but I'll survive, don't worry about me. So in front of me, we've got obviously my signal green BMW M6. Now let's quickly talk about the colour of the car, right? Because I see so many comments from people saying, oh, I just wouldn't have wrapped it that colour. Guys, this is not a wrap, all right? This is actually signal green paintwork. It's got it on the bloody plaque under the bonnet. I know I've said this so many times, and lots of people are probably bored of me saying it, but that is the main reason why I really, really wanted this car. BMW painted this car themselves from factory. It was a spec option. Simon, the guy that bought it new, asked for them to paint it this colour, right? So it is actually paintwork, yeah? There is no edges. It is pristine as well, could do with a polish. I actually cleaned it a couple of days ago, but it's just fields and stuff everywhere. It's getting dusty. Something else I want to mention that people sometimes comment on videos is the you know, this here is like a parking sensor, but this one here is missing, yeah? And everyone's like, Calvin, you know what, I love your car, but you've got a parking sensor missing on your bumper. Guys, just to be clear, that ain't a parking sensor, that's actually a camera. If you walk around this side, there's also one on this side of the bumper as well, right? So trust me, this car is absolutely pristine. There is no catches with it whatsoever as far as like the condition of it's concerned. Apart from, sorry, one thing which is bugging me a little bit, the tyre writing. Let's quickly talk about the tyre writing, because I quite like the tyre writing. I'm not a fan of tyre writing at all. I've never really liked tyre writing, but for some reason I've always thought it looks quite good on this car, because it's a loud car, and I don't know, going over the top. When I say loud, I mean loud visually, not loud vocally. We'll talk about that when we get it back in a sec. But yeah, tyre writing does suit it, I would say. So, but there is an issue with the tyre writing, as you can see here. It's peeling off, and those that follow me on Instagram will know that I've attempted to peel it off. It's coming off all right, but some bits are really stubborn, a bit like wallpaper. You know, if you've ever stripped a bit of wallpaper off a wall, you know, that's actually coming off all right now, isn't it? Some bits are just a bit stubborn, right? That's all got to come off, because it's just starting to look a bit rough, isn't it? And I think if you come round here, that will sort of tuck under the arch there. Another little bit there. It's got to come off, and I think what I'm going to do, first mod, is replace it with brand new tyre writing. Let me know your thoughts on that. Look at that back tyre, it looks horrendous, doesn't it? Let me know your thoughts on that, because I think it suits the car. I might just take it off and leave it off. It might never go back on. We'll see. But that is one thing that I wanted to mention in this video. Hashtag on it sticker. That's a no-brainer. I do that for the first thing I do with every one of my cars. And as we come around the back, that M6 badge needs to be black. It absolutely needs to be black. And I'm pretty sure I have ordered one. Stabilizers there. I've been trying to teach Kai to ride a bike. He has no interest. Look at this, guys. Look. CCD stickers there. That's not what I want to show you though. Dash wipes, baby wipes, a brush for the dash when it gets a bit dusty. Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure somewhere. Ah, there it is. Yeah, look, got a black M6 badge, so that will be going on. But what I like to do, I'm a bit odd. I like to do everything at once, so I could just fit the M6 badge myself. You know, I've got loads of time on my hands, but I'm kind of excited about doing everything at once. Something else whilst we stand at the back of the car is the rear lights, right? Now, I see the logic in why Simon decided to paint these lights black. Because from factory, the lights are red, yeah? Sorry if the wind's killing the sound. I don't think it will be, but it's bloody windy, man. Yeah, I see the logic. I fully understand why he's painted them black, because they were red and everything. It's like a black and green colour theme, yeah? And I've always felt like they just look a bit dark. And Simon, I spoke to Simon, again, remind you, he's the guy that bought the car new. That's the guy that I bought it off. He's a friend of mine, and he agrees with me, thinks they're a bit too dark. I would love to strip the paint off them and just tint them slightly, just a subtle tint, because I think they need to be darker, but not quite that dark. I'm gonna get that done. I'm not sure how that's gonna happen. I'm definitely not gonna do it myself, but if anyone wants to come and do that for me, feel free, all right? Exhaust, from factory, it had chrome tail tips. Simon's put these, I'm pretty sure they're M Performance tail tips, and he's removed the badges. You can see sort of a bit of a mark there where there probably would have been a badge on the tips there. They really suit the car, lovely thing. But when we drive, I want to talk to you a bit more about that. And what else was I going to say? There was something else I was going to talk about. I can't bloody, I know what I was going to show you. In the boot. If we open up the boot, two things in the boot. One, my carbon fibre Manfrotto tripod, which will get great use out of. Secondly, this company asked not to be mentioned on my social media because I think they're concerned they're going to get too much work, but they're getting a mention. Paddle shifters have sent me a set of, look at that, look at the packaging, that's all nice, isn't it? Carbon fibre paddle shifters, yeah, because that's carbon's going to match the interior of the car. Because if you look on the interior, let's stick that back in there and get the plus one out, because the plus has got a bolder green badge on it. If you look on my interior, we've got like gloss carbon everywhere, yeah? So we've got gloss carbon paddle shifters with a little green touch at the top for the plus and the minus. Look, it's just to sort of match up with the green on the paint. So I'm looking forward to getting them installed. Again, I could probably install them myself, but I want to get it all done in one hit. So let's neatly close that box. I've also got a set of them for the X6M with blue badges to match the blue paint on the X6M. But they might not go on the X6M, because if that sells before I fit them, well, who knows? You know what my mind's like. We'll see how we get on. So inside, do you know what? Let's just go for a drive, yeah? Yeah, it's quite cold. Start the engine. What was that bleeping sound? Oh, service, that's something else. It's due a service, right? Let me just quickly clip off there, bring that up, get the shot up the right way, get that out, give it a little dust up here, because I want to show you that screen. Once it's dusty, get that back in there, close that, and press the menu. Up here, go down to vehicle information, vehicle status, engine oil's okay, service requirements, is that it? Yeah, engine oil, basically vehicle check and engine oil, yeah, so it needs a service. But the funny thing with this car is, if you go to service history, the last service was done in August 2019, is that right? August 2019 at 9,500 miles, so But you can see the service intervals anyway, like 2016, 2018, 2019, 1,200 miles, so that would have been the running in service. 7,500 miles, so it wouldn't have been due one, but I suppose time-wise, 2 years, it probably would have needed a change. And then up here in August last year, it's had a service as well at BMW at 9,500 miles. So mileage-wise, it's probably not due anything, but just to keep up with the make sure there's fresh oil in the engine, like not old oil, it's worth doing. So let me just flip that back up there, put you back up the right way. And yeah, that's a good thing about like modern cars, it shows you all of that on the screen. It's quite handy. Even if you're buying a used car and you want to know a bit about it, you can just sort of log into there. Some smaller traders or smaller garages don't have the facility, I don't think, to log services on there, but a lot of them should have, so it's pretty good. So yeah, let's click it into gear, hit the road, and continue on my journey to Binker. So the sound, let's get into the subject of sound, because between gears, you'll notice there's like a burst of sound. I've talked about this in videos before. A lot of modern turbocharged cars do it. Just a nice sort of burst of noise. That's what we love, yeah? So this car is a stage 2 car. Stage 2 cars generally run at about 720 to 730 bhp. It was tuned by Volvo Automotive in Luton. Friends of mine, great place to go to. Definitely highly recommend them. And I haven't added dyno, although they have dynoed it, of course. I haven't got the dyno graph myself. I've purposely avoided it because I'm just going to get it dynoed myself at my guy Will at VRS. Obviously, massively rate Will at VRS. He's like a good friend of mine and a great tuner as well. So it is going to be going to Will at VRS to get dynoed at some time soon, after one very important thing is being installed. This is the punchline of this video. Basically, ARMYTRIX'S, right? ARMYTRIX'S exhaust company, they make wonderful exhaust. They supply parts of the exhaust for the RS6. They are based in America, and they've supplied a full ARMYTRIX'S exhaust system for my M6. So from the turbo back, I'm pretty sure, I've not seen it yet, but I have been informed that it's been delivered, right? And it's been killing me because I want to get it installed, but because of the whole coronavirus thing at the minute, I can't, right? For obvious reason, I can't go and see Will. Will's not at work, he's actually closed as well, and everything's just shut down, right? But I've been wanting to tell you lot about it. I'm excited about it. I keep thinking about the sound. Every time I drive this car, I think, God, I want it to be more noisy, and it can't be. It can't be more noisy until we get this exhaust installed. But it has arrived. I'll try and put some pictures of it up on the screen, which at this point I haven't actually seen the exhaust or the pictures, but I'll get Will to try and send me some. It's a bloody work of art. Obviously, Simon has put these carbon tail tips on this car, so everything's going to come off of it. Like the stock exhaust, the downpipes that are currently on it. I'm not sure what brand of downpipes we've got on it at the minute, but everything's going to come off, and then we're going to have literally a full ARMYTRIX'S exhaust system, and it is going to sound absolutely savage. Exactly what I've always wanted. So yeah, man, I'm going to be I'm speaking to Will like quite regularly at the minute, because we do generally talk quite a lot, but until all this time has passed, there's nothing really I can do. But all of these things that I've mentioned in today's video, I want to get it all done, just to get the car to a point where, I don't know, I see it as perfect. The wheels that Simon's put on it, I love the wheels. Like, lots of things that Simon's done to this car is exactly how I would have gone, or the direction I would have gone in if I'd have bought it new myself. And it just needs, I suppose, me to take it to that final stage of how I want it. Something else it's got is, under the bonnet, it's got E-Venturi intakes. They are bloody beautiful looking things. Again, supplied by a Volvo Automotive when Simon owned the car, not whilst I've owned it. Air intakes, for me, I think they're massively underrated items on a car. They should have that level of effort put into them, and they are beautiful looking things. When you open the bonnet of this car, it just looks so good. They're obviously a lot of money, but you know what? When you open up your bonnet and it looks like that, I'd say it's probably money quite well spent. So yeah, gonna go past this cyclist. A lot of cyclists on the road at the minute, not many cars. which is brilliant, of course. And hope everyone's well on that note, because obviously it's a horrible time. Luckily, like me, my family and everyone around me is well and good, so far we've managed to dodge any of us getting unwell. But I do hope that all of you, literally every single one of you, are fine and it's not affecting you negatively too much whatsoever. And what I talk about a lot is, whilst we're on the subject of negatives and the coronavirus subject, you're not in control of negatives, man. There's nothing you can do about negatives, but what you are fully in control of is creating positives and thinking positively. So if you've got a bit of negative going on at the minute, you can't do nothing about that. Just focus on positive stuff, yeah? Which is exactly what I'm trying to do. There is a lot of negative in the world. Just trying to not ignore it, acknowledge it, don't let it bring me down, and continue on as planned, which is why I'm getting up and going to work every day. For no reason really, other than just to keep busy. You know, there's stuff to do up here. I've got a gym at Binker as well, which is good. I'm cleaning cars every day. I don't mind cleaning cars. I mentioned before that me and my brother Leon, obviously that's my business partner who I've got Binker with, we started off cleaning cars. That's how my journey in life started. Just hand washing cars, like your typical hand car wash. That's what we used to run, and people used to come down, we'd clean their car, charge them a £5, yeah? We stand in a pub car park cleaning cars. So for us, like, we've kind of reverted back to our old days. We're just scrubbing cars at Binker, which is alright, man. It's keeping me busy anyway. So yeah, so I'm putting energy into as much as I can now that I probably couldn't have done when I was super busy 7 days a week, so which is good. My clothing brand NAFFCO54, I've been putting a lot more energy into that, you know, trying to create and come up with new ideas. So yeah, that's pretty much it. When is the question you probably got to ask. So when am I fitting my carbon fibre paddle shifters? When am I putting my black M6 badge on the back and sorting out the rear lights and removing the tyre writing and installing the crazy ARMYTRIX'S exhaust? When is that all happening, guys? I don't know, man. I don't know when that's happening, but it's going to happen very soon. And as soon as we get relieved of this pressure that we're all under at the minute, I will make it priority, because trust me, not only is it going to be a great video, but secondly, it's going to be great for me, for my journeys to work every day, because every time I put my foot down, I'll be able to hear a whole load more noise than I've ever heard when I've driven this car. So yeah, I'm going to leave it as that. Thank you very much for watching. I'm on my beautiful journey to Binker now, on my way through Woburn Woods. Woburn Golf Course is on my right hand side. It's just a nice little bit of scenery. Roads are obviously quiet as well. I'm not taking advantage of that. I'm just chilling out, doing my journey and cracking on my day. So thank you very much for watching. If you did like my video, hit like. I want to say thanks again to like the 100,000 subscriber thing. Hitting that goal was like a wonderful feeling, and despite this negative time, it's great to, again, like I say, focus on that amazing thing, and I'm really grateful for it. So thanks to everyone for your support, and yeah, I appreciate all your input and your cyclists, and I'm just happy. Thank you. Yeah, so hit like, hit subscribe if you're new to my channel, and give me a follow on Instagram. Thirdly, I'm just uploading my daily life on Instagram, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, those who follow me on Instagram will know that I've done a Q&A poll on my Insta story just a few days ago, and in my next video I'm going to be answering all of them questions that you guys asked, and you know what, some of them are quite personal.